Welcome back to Millers in Motion. We are currently en route from Dallas-Fort Worth up to Elkhart, Indiana. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about our independent suspension that we have from MORryde. That's actually one of the reasons that we're heading up to Elkhart, is it's time for its 12-month maintenance. So I'm going to reflect a little bit on how it's been towing with the IS, with the Alliance Valor 44V14, which is the largest production RV that Alliance makes, at least. And we're also going to talk about the maintenance and what goes through that. Now, we do have the 8K independent suspension from MORryde along with the DMAX disc brakes, and that's all going to get serviced in this video. So if you have the IS or are considering the IS, you'll definitely want to check this one out. Plus, we're just going to have some fun on the road. I am traveling solo as well, which kind of stinks. Lauren had some work stuff that she had to take care of, and this is one of those scenarios where if she stays, she can come on something fun, and I'll do the work stuff when it comes to the RV, so that's what's happening. Also, in a later video, we're going to go check out our friends over at Alliance. We're just going to check in with them, say hi. I hear they have some surprises for us when we get up there. So make sure and staying around for next week's video, because that's what we're doing there. All right. We're in Illinois somewhere. So let's finish off this drive today. So a little backstory about us and our channel in case you're unfamiliar with our setup. We have an Alliance Valor 44V14. We had it built a little over a year ago now. And as part of that build, we absolutely wanted to make sure that we had outfitted this RV with the ability to boondock. So in addition to a massive solar system, one of the things we knew we really wanted to have on board was the MORryde independent suspension and disc brakes. We have a tendency to travel rather long distances in a day. Like yesterday, for an example, was a 13.5-hour drive day for me. So that's a little bit of a longer travel day even for us. We're typically that 10 or 11-hour mark. But we wanted to make that travel, as well as the ability to boondock in some places, more readily available. And so the independent suspension for us, after owning our first system that did not have it, was a requirement for us. So right out of the gates, we only towed our 44V14 about 4.5 miles from the Alliance factory to the MORryde independent suspension installation facility, both in Elkhart, Indiana. We didn't put much on the other suspension, but I noticed an immediate difference because you cross a few sets of train tracks. And just like that, we have made it to Elkhart, Indiana. Really simple, easy drive. I did 13.5 hours one day. I know, it's me, sorry. And then about 5 yesterday. By the time I got into town and got here to MORryde, we moved the rig 14 times because I didn't think I was gonna go into a bay, so I was gonna camp overnight, which, by the way, if you didn't know this, if you have an appointment the previous day, they have dry camping. They do have pedestals, but there's no water or sewer or anything that you can camp in. And then the first thing the next morning, you can move into the bays. But we got here. It is actually that morning. I'm a little tired. My time zone clock is all messed up. We are here. It is officially maintenance day. So the rig is actually already in the bay, like I said just a second ago. So because of that, we don't have to really move anything. We just have to kind of move out of it and suck the slides in so that they can use their bottle jacks and all that to get the tires off. And we'll explain all that here in just a little bit as far as what they're doing and why it's important that if you did purchase independent suspension or are considering purchasing independent suspension, understand what you're getting into. We knew this. Every 12 months, you got to do maintenance. So with all of that, it is only 4:45 in the morning, maybe 5 o'clock. I have to be out of the rig by 6. Yes, I'm up early. If you're coming for an appointment and you do sleep in the bay in your RV and you don't choose to go to a hotel or something else, know this. They start at 4 a.m. Now, that doesn't mean they're going to work on the rig at 4 a.m., but MORryde is more than just the independent suspension. They have a lot going on there. So you just have to know that you're going to start hearing some things at about 4. I'm a light sleeper. Here we are at 4:45, 5 o'clock, raring to go. All right, if you did not see our IS installation video that we did almost a year ago now, I just wanted to kind of do a quick, what you're getting yourself into. So the main street or the road that you're going to probably come out on is actually over there on the other side of this parking lot. You can see the MORryde sign way over there. But you're going to turn, you're going to come in down this entrance here. That's the showroom and R&D over on the left. These are all, that's fabrication. These are all the installation bays here. And this is the yard. I don't know if that's their term or not, but that's what I'm calling it. So essentially, eventually what's going to happen is you're going to back in one of these bays. If you're doing an install, they're going to have you pull forward to where I'm standing, and they're going to do some measurements. If you're doing maintenance like we are, you're not going to do that. You've already done that. You're good. So if you are not pulling directly into a bay, they're going to have you back in right here. And you can see there's a couple of rigs that came in after they shut the bays last night. There's a Momentum over there and looks like a DRV Elite Suite. So they're going to come in and park. You can see that they kind of stayed hooked up, but they're ready to go. They have to be hooked up, slides in, ready to go by 6 a.m. Because we're already in. We're in that last bay down there, the tallest one. That's just on the other side of where the kind of the building split is. We're a little taller because the toy haulers, they typically put us over there. But what you'll do is they'll have you move from there to whatever bay you're going into. And I'm not sure. I think one of them is going to go into 05, and then I think 02 is the other one. But they do take into account the size of your rig when you sign up. So they typically try to do the toy haulers and the bigger RVs down here on the left side because there's a little bit more room because you can pull forward. And then they try to do the smaller rigs over on this side. One is not actually a bay. They use it for other things. So it's just kind of maneuvering room for them in there. All right, I know it's super close, but we're inside now. Because of the bay doors, I can't do this from the outside, but once they get here and they start opening it up, I can do that. But as you can see, here's our Valor sitting here in the first bay. And then as you move down, there's our neighbors and other Grand Design. There's another Solitude down there, and then there's 2 open bays. So you kind of get a gist of what you're getting yourself into. Now you may be asking yourself, Ryan, if you're up so early and they don't start till 6, now what are you going to do? Well, I'm starting my 3rd cup of coffee. That's important. I just kind of hang out. I mean, I can still watch TV in the rig and all that. I'm not going to pull the slides in until I absolutely have to, which is 45 minutes away. After that, once that rolls around, they open up the lounge area for us, and then they have guest internet. They'll buy you lunch, so you can write your order down sometime in the morning. There's plenty to do in Elkhart too. We're actually going to do a video at some point asking some people around town what their favorite things to do at some of the manufacturing plants are within like an hour here, and we're going to go do them, have a little bit of fun. So be on the lookout for that in a few weeks. But for now, I'm in that hurry up and wait phase, which is kind of life with RVs. It's like nothing going on for an hour, a lot going on for 10 minutes, and then nothing going on for a day. So, but here we are and just hanging out and waiting. All right, well, I'm officially out of the rig. Slides are in, and the mass entrance, which is only 2 other rigs, is happening. So they're getting ready to start moving rigs in. It is 5:52 in the morning. I've been up for over an hour and a half. Love it. One interesting thing though is this is the first. I'm cold. I had to put jeans on this morning. It was 54 degrees this morning when I woke up. Now we were inside the bay, so I didn't feel like it. But as soon as I walked outside, yeah, automatic put jeans on. So I ran back inside, did that. But this is that time, so they're going to move these other guys in, and then some of the service techs will start getting here, and then they're going to start work pretty quick. Also, this is a good time to note, this is where IS installation and IS maintenance diverges in paths pretty significantly. If you're coming for installation, you're going to be here for, I'm going to say, a day and a half on the average. Some people can get out faster, some people a little longer. It's very situational based on your RV because they're installing a brand new suspension system. The maintenance side of it is typically it's a full day for them. So they start at 6 a.m. and then they'll wrap up kind of early afternoon. But because of how everything works here in Elkhart, everything starts very early. So if you're staying in the bay, it's good to note that they're starting somewhere around the 4 a.m. to weld and work on other things which are happening inside that have nothing to do with the installation of your suspension. So if you're a light sleeper, that could be a thing. But we are almost wrapped up at MORryde, but we're wrapped up with the maintenance portion of that. This is Sean. I already forgot your title, dude.
Service sales.
Bless you. What? Service sales? So in other words, if you need anything or want anything, just call Sean.
There you go. Perfect.
Well, hello. Welcome to Wisconsin. Future Ryan here. I didn't realize that somehow the audio for the next clip talking with Sean got all messed up. So I'm editing it right now. And if you're looking for a little future update, I came up to Wisconsin without a camera. I mean, I have my camera, but I wasn't filming anything. Just to hang out with my parents, see them. I hadn't seen them in a while. The rig is actually with the guys down in Alliance, getting some work done to it. You'll see that in next week's video, kind of what's going on. Well, combination of things. We toured some fun 2025 stuff, plus we're having a little bit of work done to the rig. So that's kind of what that is. But as far as the maintenance, what Sean was going to talk about was what they do at your appointment. So what they do is they remove all your tires. Well, first of all, they inspect your tires for wear, and they just try to determine if you need to have an alignment done. They take everything off. They inspect rotors. So this is situational. If you have drum brakes, they inspect everything, make sure everything looks good. If you have disc brakes, they'll inspect the braking lines, the calipers, rotors, pretty much everything you would do when you get like a tire work done on your truck and like brake work and all that kind of stuff. So same thing. They just go through. They also do grease some things. So there are some bearings built in there that need to be greased about every 12 months. And so they go through that. And then they also inspect the rubber shear spring, which is the actual piece that gives it the suspension-ness. So that's what he was talking about. So Sean, if you see this, I'm sorry. I don't know what happened to the audio, but it's gone. And yeah, so back to the video. So that's pretty much service in a nutshell. You're not here for very long, to be completely honest with you.
No, it's about a half a day appointment. So
hopefully, if you're here longer,
yes,
something has gone very wrong prior to you bringing it in, and you probably have a bigger issue and have a slightly different type of service appointment. So man, thank you so much for not only doing this, but also for making sure that we're good to go for another year.
Yep, sounds good.
Awesome. All right, let's get out of here, but we still have a little bit coming, so hang tight. So we are getting ready to pull out of MORryde, but here's the fun thing. We're not done with MORryde yet, so we're going to head over to the Alliance factory. We're going to camp for a few more days before I have some more fun stuff I'm going to show you in next week's video. But the guys from MORryde are going to meet me over there because they're trying to hunt down a few new things that are coming to market soon that Jack and I talked about on the podcast. So if you haven't listened to the podcast in a while, go check out the MORryde podcast we just did with Jack, and let's get this thing going. All right, well, we made the incredibly long 3.5 mile drive from MORryde over to the Alliance factory. They are super nice enough to let us just kind of boondock. Again, big thanks to Big Beard Batteries for situating us with all of that amazing solar. We've been boondocking now for essentially this will be our third night. So I'm going to just stay off grid for the next essentially 4 or 5 days now. So until our service appointment here, which again, we'll talk about in the next video. But so the guys at MORryde are actually on their way here now. So we have a fun bonus surprise thing. We're going to test a few products, and they said I could film it. So let's see what they're bringing.
1 hour later.
Well, the guys at MORryde came over, and they found us in the middle of, well, the field that we are over here at Alliance boondocking, and we're testing out something kind of cool. They have a new product called the X-Brace I-Beam Stabilizer. It's a new take on how you can stabilize your coach. So if you have something like we have that has 6-point leveling, they have their X-Brace stuff. One of those braces is something you put in your rear hitch. Well, if you have a toy haul like we do, we don't have a rear hitch. So the cool thing is, because we don't have a rear hitch, we don't get to use the fun extra feet stabilizer that's part of their lineup. So this enables us to have something in the rear of the coach. Plus, it's a slightly more mobile option for everybody else. So let's take a look at this thing. All right, so these X-Brace stabilizers, what's really cool about them is that you can use them in almost any scenario because they clip right to a frame. You can see how they're situated right here in the front. And it's literally this arm. It clips to the frame right there. And then it's just a ratchet strap. And so you tighten that nice and tight. It cinches everything down. And from there, you're pretty much done and ready to go. Now, this is a product that is coming soon from MORryde. It's very close to launch. So they're still making a few final tweaks. But it can go anywhere on your frame that you're not going to pinch a fuel line, a propane lane, that kind of stuff, as long as it fits on the frame and the strap can reach, which the strap can reach. So that's really cool. So the other product MORryde gave us to test out and work on that is also very close to coming to market is something for the step above stairs. A lot of people have started going to the marine industry, looking for something to put on their stairs because it's a metal frame stair with a little bit of a no-slip tape across it to make it a little bit more robust, I guess, to grab for stickiness so you don't slip off of them. Well, people were putting these items that were meant for boats down because water would run through the treads a little bit on it. And so MORryde said, well, we can do that. So here they are. So these are literally just stair treads. Water will fall between, like I said, and they'll remain a little grippier, which is nice. They're branded for MORryde, so it matches everything that is on your stairs. And it's a nice gray color, which is kind of cool because sometimes these things get colorful, which is fine, but I'm a bigger fan of just simplistic stuff. So the cool thing is they're already sized to work on your step above stairs. So when you order a pack, you're going to have one larger one for your top stair, and then however many, if you have a 2-stair or 3-stair, you'll have the extras for that. But they already fit perfectly. It's just an adhesive back. Just clean the surface, slap this on, let it stick, step on it a little bit, and you're good to go. So that is it installed in the top stair. Super easy. Like I said, just an adhesive back so you can see what it used to look like. I tried to clean with paper towel. Don't do that. I learned my mistakes. And that's what it had for. So it's a much cleaner look. Plus, you know how much we love our little fun accessories. And we have our lights underneath there that are motion sensor. It's too light outside. So that helps illuminate the lights as well. So that's a lot. We traveled multiple times. We went to MORryde. We had our IS maintenance done. We learned a little bit about what they do there. We saw some new products. They let us test a few things out. So we will definitely keep in the loop on how we like some of these things and how we use them. For now, we like them, but it's just the idea of them for the moment. So we'll travel with them for a little while and we'll keep you updated in future videos on how that goes. I'm going to finish doing these stairs. I'm not going to bore you with it. It's going to look like the top stair the rest of the way down. Thank you so much for watching. If it's your first time here and you like what you have watched, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you. And if you want videos quicker than other people and other things, make sure and look into the Millers in Motion family. That's our insider group. We hang out, camp, share stories, just a lot more activity if you decide to join us over there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week. Bye, Mom.